Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kara McKenna and today is another edition of Kara in the Kitchen. I'm so excited for today's video because I am making a copycat recipe for Girl Scout tag-along cookies. You should definitely try this recipe because they are super good and you can save a lot of money. Even though the Girl Scouts are a great cause, whenever they're not around, you can make these. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix 1 1/4 cup of peanut butter with 1 cup of powdered sugar. And we're going to mix this together for about 2 minutes or until it's nice and smooth. This is the perfect consistency. As you can see, it's really malleable, and whenever we make the patties, it's going to work perfectly in the tag-alongs. The next step for our peanut butter dough is to form patties. So I just have a sheet here and I covered it with a piece of parchment paper, and we're going to lightly spray this with cooking spray so that whenever we put our peanut butter patties down, we can peel them off really easily. To form your patty, you can always use a spoon or an ice cream scooper, but I'm just going to grab a little bit of dough from the bowl, and now I'm just going to flatten it out and pull it apart a little bit to make a nice little patty. And now I'm just going to plop it down on the sheet. And you're going to continue to do this until the whole sheet is filled. Now that all of our peanut butter patties are on our sheet, I'm going to put them in the fridge for about 30 minutes or until they harden up. And while these are in the fridge, we're going to make the shortbread cookie that goes right underneath the patty. To make the shortbread cookie dough, I'm going to whisk together 2 cups of all-purpose flour and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now to our flour mixture, I'm going to add 2 sticks of unsalted butter and mix it all together on medium until it's well blended. Now that the unsalted butter is incorporated with the flour and salt, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of powdered sugar and 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now that everything in our shortbread dough is mixed together, I'm going to preheat the oven to 325 degrees, and I'm going to refrigerate this dough just a little bit until the oven preheats, so then we can finally put our dough on a sheet to bake. Now that our dough is chilled, I'm going to start putting little tiny balls on a non-greased baking sheet, just like we do with our peanut butter patties. If you want, you could always roll the dough out with a rolling pin and cut out little circle shapes, but I know that that takes a lot of time and some people don't really have the equipment to do that, so we're going to do this the easy way. So here's what my dough looks like after I've pulled it apart a little bit. Now depending on what size you want your tag-alongs to be and what thickness you want them to be, you could always make them smaller or add more dough depending on what you like. I'm going to put these in for just a few minutes. I'm going to start out with 4 minutes and see how they brown and go from there. My cookies ended up baking in the oven for about 8 minutes. As you can see from the bottom of the cookie, they're just the slightest bit brown, which is perfect for our tag-alongs. We want them to be light and fluffy and not overly crispy. Now I'm going to transfer these over to a cooling sheet and let them cool down for a few minutes, and then we're going to put our peanut butter patties on top. Now that the shortbread cookies are cold, we're going to take our peanut butter patties and we're just going to lightly press the peanut butter to the top of the cookie. See? Perfect. And then we'll let them sit for a while we melt our chocolate. Ta-da! And now they are all covered with peanut butter. So it's finally time to melt our chocolate and cover them up to make them tag-alongs. For my chocolate, I'm using 2 cups of Hershey Kisses, and I'm just going to put this bowl in the microwave for a few minutes until everything is melted. As you can see, I put all my cookies on a sheet with a piece of wax paper. And now that our chocolate's melted, we're going to dip each cookie in the chocolate and set it on the paper. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and make your own tag-along cookies for whenever you're feeling yourself.